as long as I didn't drive like a wild man. Which sometimes it's hard to do because it's there. You know what I mean? I didn't forget about this, but I forgot about it enough to forget about what's what here. So I want to see if I can get it running. What's this? Okay, that's just a copy of this. I wrote down all the directions on how I wired it all so I can remember how to program it. There should be a couple of programming, there they are, programming buttons that I put in there. What's this one? What did I do, make two of them? I may have. No, what's this one? Oh, what is this? AdSense. What am I doing here with AdSense? What am I doing here with this AdSense? YouTube, publisher ID, blah, 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 blah. I have no idea what it is. I have no idea what it is that. So I'll hang on to it for a minute. But I don't know what it's doing in there. Alright, what I want to do is I want to get this working. Here's my adjustment for audio output, so I can make it louder or softer. But I want to hook it up to some, what's this thing? Looks like a relay of some sort, but I have no idea. Yeah, it is. Here we are. I don't know why that's in here. Eklund's. My ex-mother-in-law and father-in-law worked at Eklund's, which is, I don't know. If I say 10 minutes, I'm pushing. I mean, I'm saying a lot. I don't think it's 10 minutes away. It's shorter than that. This is a little inside. These things penetrate. You put this in your car, or even outside your car, but inside your car mainly. Somebody breaks in, it's just going to disorientate them in a way that they're just not going to want to stay in the car. And if they do, they're probably really strung out, which they probably are anyway. Now, I'm looking for, well, that's a pressure, that's not the one I want. This one here is if you have a convertible, for instance, and you have this in the car, and if somebody was to reach over it, or a bird fly in it, or whatever, this would set it off, set the alarm off. Now this is the easiest one. Yeah, babe. All right. Okay, babe, come on home. I love you. Bye-bye. There, good. I told her I'd pick it up. So she's going to see if she can change the name on the order. Now, I tell her when she does some of these things to put both names on it, so either or. You know, like when you have your checking account, either or. You know? How many pressure switches do I have? They're the same model number too. I mean, I don't remember doing a whole lot of convertibles. These are old. This stuff here, I had this. I mean, I had tons of alarm stuff when I had the store back in '89. I still think this is going to be the easiest way out. It's not necessarily the best way out, but it's going to be the easiest way out. I kept one of these. Actually, See, this has a little piece on a spring. The piece on the spring is connected down here to the board. Over here is another piece. The piece on a spring has a little point on it, and that little figure something like the cone, and the pointy piece goes into the cone, but it doesn't touch it. But this is on a spring, so if you jar the car, the spring moves and it touches this, and it sets the alarm off. It is adjustable. Right here you have your adjustment to make it more or less sensitive. The only thing is, what's the bad thing on these things are, if you make them adjustable enough to where somebody jars the back of the car, it's going to be way too sensitive in the front. You know, you try to get it center, but again, it's just one of those things. The electronic ones are usually a lot better, but I don't have any of those other than these, and these I don't think are going to work. Wait a minute, what's this one? Wait a minute, we may have something here. This is a dual channel. I don't know if this will set up to that or not. When I made it, I wasn't thinking of this. All right, listen, let me do this. Let me keep this one out. That stays there. This goes in the auto parts stuff. Let me put this over. Yeah, you know what it is. She's worried about Bud, you know, because the appointment isn't until February 3rd, and that's for the consultation. Then they have to set up the surgery. And she says, I'm going to call them. He is not going to go that long without it, you know. So, we'll see what happens. Now, she did call the vet, and he says, we'll see him, this is a couple weeks ago, we can see him Monday, and this was Friday night before closing. He goes, we can see him on Monday, I'll get you in here Monday. It's not going to happen, she tells him. Not going to happen. She bitched at him until he says, bring him in tomorrow morning. Yeah. Don't screw with her kids. All right, now, this is where I'd like to have had, oh, I do have, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a second. This is the power supply that kept shutting off with the fan. So I went in there and I checked a couple of joints, and then I seemed to have it working. Well, now it's a good way of testing that as well. Let me get my meter. Now, go here, and here, what do we got? 13.52, that's good. This is adjustable, but I remember setting it at 13 and a half or so, and that's where it's at, so that's what we're going to leave. Now, this goes to that. Let's see what we're going to do here. Ground, so let's put this here. And, oh, let me put my coffee in the microwave. Hold on, guys. Okay. Now, GG. What is GG? I don't know. Red, green, and green. Okay, I labeled them green and yellow. I put colors on it as well. Red, blue, and red. So I have two reds here. These must be triggers. Well, you know what? I wrote it down. Okay. You know, this is annoying, doing what I'm doing. And you notice it more so when you see other people do it. I was watching a video the other day about the John Deere. And the guy was talking about, the caption was, Yanmar, which is the engine, 25 horse, 3-cylinder and under. Okay. Well, that describes my Yanmar. If your battery's not charging, watch this first. Okay, so far. Generator, regulator, or alternator, regulator, fuse, battery. How to check them, and blah, 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 blah. Okay. First thing he goes to, after talking for about 10 minutes, was, well, let me change into some working clothes, you know, and then he goes back in. Now he's got working clothes on. And let's get down and dirty. Yeah. So the first thing he goes to is the battery, and the ground side is all crystallized, you know, and he must have spent 20 minutes discussing how it crystallized. You know, how the fumes, the vapors, and this and that. And he's going to clean it with baking soda, and it drove me nuts. It really did. So I can understand it with some of my videos when I'm talking and I drift and I'm gone and I'm back. And I never get to the point. So anyhow, 40 or 50 minutes into this, and he's done absolutely nothing, not even cleaned the battery yet, except talk about the battery. I gotta forget about it. I can't watch this guy anymore. That's the programming procedures. Okay. Did I not write down the color code? That sucks. That means I'm going to have to kind of figure this out. Why would I have done something like that? Well, let's assume that this goes here. Okay, let's assume that. And I'm going to assume that I have power. I should have it anyway. I do. Okay. So let's leave that there. And let's leave that one there. Okay. So we got that going for us. We got another red, we got a blue, we got 2 greens, and a yellow. We'll see, these are going to the horn. So that's a green and a green. Now why didn't I just label that horn? Siren, something. Not unless I was going to and I stopped. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Yellow wire. The yellow wire is a trigger. Trigger to power to play. Now, apparently I was on drugs when I was doing that. And I have no idea what the hell I was talking about. But what I'm thinking is telling me, I mean, I wrote all this down. Why can't I remember any of it? Brain fart, trigger to power. So if I put this to power.
Turn to.
Okay.
Turn to.
I don't even know what I'm saying.
Turn to.
Well, I must have been saying something stupid. Alright, and the blue wire to power says apparently something else.
Hello, 1, 2. Hello.
Yeah, it does say something. Hello, hello. 1, 2, 1, 2, hello, hello. Okay. So, with that being said, this may be easier than I thought. What? Okay, I don't need all this wire on here. I mean, they do it because you need it when you're installing, but you really don't know where you're putting everything. However, at this time, I'm just going to cut some of this off, because I don't need it all for this particular setup at this particular time. So let's go ground. I don't. Or do I? I do. I don't. I do. Okay, it's not what I want. I really shouldn't do that. I'm not going to. Green. Okay, I can use the green. I didn't want to put a red one on the ground side, because that would definitely cause problems. Okay, so this is going to go to ground. So let's put this over here on there. Okay. Now let's take this one and this one, which is a red and a blue. I don't remember these because it's been a long time. Let's take this one and put it here onto power. Whoop, yep. That shouldn't have done that. Why did it do that? Alright. Alright. So. See, this doesn't seem like it's going to do it. Okay. We are the power. Can it possibly be? I don't want to blow anything here. No, it needs that. Okay, so if it needs this, are they both powered? Don't seem to be. Hey, Tuck! How you doing, buddy? Wait a minute. What are you? Here you are. Here's my... Yeah. Yeah. One, two, one, two. Okay, now that's that. So if I take this one off, I need two powers? Apparently I do. Okay. Hello. I'm Bud. Yeah, I'm Bud. Say hello. Hello. God, I made a clipboard. Uh-huh. Okay, so for the shock sensor, what colors do we have? I don't know. We have a blue and a red. Both to power. And the black to ground. What's that? These are 12 volt, by the way. I want to make sure everybody understands that. Basically me. Okay. So that triggers number 1.
Hello? Hello?
I have no idea what that is. You got 20 seconds. So do I want to hook up one with more sensitive and one less sensitive so I have both channels in use? Or do I want to try something else?